the spinal cord is called the pia mater. Then there's a space and then a really thin layer above that. So that space in a living person will be filled with spinal fluid. And then that thin layer that you can probably just make out there is the arachnoid layer. And then above it, on top, it has a little red dot on it, is the dura mater. That's the tough mother layer of the meninges. And then this stuff here, ever heard somebody getting an epidural?
Yeah.
So that it goes in this spot here, this fatty area with blood vessels. So, you know, when they give you an epidural, they sure don't want to go into hit the spinal cord. So anyway, that's the space. But they don't usually give an epidural. Most people get an epidural like lower down, where there isn't really the true spinal cord way down in the lumbar area. But you can kind of tell what part of the spinal cord it is, because looking at this, what kind of vertebrae are those? Do you remember?
That's the
cervical, yeah, with a little bifid. So anyway, so this is way up here somewhere.
That's the first one, right? Atlas.
This is not.
Oh.
Yeah. So at any rate, it's like C5, I think it is, but you would, yeah. So, however, you can see coming out of on the posterior or dorsal side, just to show you on the side, rootlets, those little thin lines, and they join together to form a dorsal root. And if you travel along the dorsal root, there's a big swollen area here. That's called the, I don't know if you can see it on your dorsal root ganglion. Is the swollen thing. On the ventral side, those are ventral rootlets and a ventral root. So remember, the dorsal side is carrying sensory information into the spinal cord and up to the brain, and motor commands to, you know, move your arms or something like that, travels through the ventral root. But where the ventral and the dorsal root come together is a spinal nerve, and you can see those poking out of the sides of the intervertebral foramen. Then the branching that occurs pretty much right away, there's a dorsal ramus going towards the back and a ventral ramus going towards the front. But coming off of the ventral ramus is the rami communicantes. So this is communicating with the sympathetic trunk and sympathetic trunk ganglia that go down either side of the thoracic vertebrae, have those. Okay?